Miss Indiana USA was crowned this past weekend, and this morning I'm joined by the winner, Samantha Toney. Samantha, thank you for making time for us this morning.
First,
I want to say a big congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Your tenacity is admirable. I have gotten so much inspiration from reading about what you have overcome to make it to this stage and then to be crowned. This was your 7th year competing in this pageant. What kept you going?
My mother passed away when I was 3 years old, and she was only 34. And if I only had 34 years on this earth, what would I want to do with it? And I would want to make it as meaningful and as fulfilling as possible. And that's why I continue to push on and I continue to persevere, because I knew that the moment that this happened, she would be so proud. And I know that she was looking down on me on that stage that night.
You know, over the 7 years, 3 of them, you were the first runner-up.
Yes.
And then finally got the crown. Those first runner-up years, being so close to the crowning moment.
Yeah.
How do you bounce back from that?
It stings, honestly, because you work so hard, and you're always told growing up, you know, if you work hard enough, you can accomplish it. But those were just no's and not yets.
Right.
You know, there was a time and there was a place for me to have this title and for me to have this job. And I just encourage you, if you have a dream on your heart, if you have a promotion you're going towards, if you have a business that you want to open, there's just one more try in you that can really take you to that dream.
And there's another experience in your life that is a very similar story to this. You were a dancer and you had a huge medical upset in your career. Talk about how you broke your back and recovered from it.
I was in a car accident on 465. A semi hit me and I went head on into a concrete median going about 70 miles an hour. I was in the hospital for about 3 days, on bed rest for 2 weeks, and I was in a back brace for 6 months. And this all happened 3 days before I was going to audition to become an NFL cheerleader for my very first time. And that was, once again, it was just a setback. It was just one thing that held me back, but I persevere. You know, everything that I've been through, I always want to make sure that I overcome anything that's ever in my way, and I'm never a victim of my circumstances.
So Samantha ended up recovering and went on to be a Colts cheerleader for several years.
Yes.
It's amazing what you have been through and what you've made of it. So over the next year, as you tour across the state and represent Indiana, what are your events that you'll be at, and what is your message?
My message is, like I just said, is to rise above all of your circumstances. Make sure that if there's something standing in your way, that you know how to push forward and you know how to persevere through that so that your goals are achieved, because mine was, and it was on my 7th and final try.
Yeah, it's amazing. Congratulations. And I
Thank you
also
so much.
looked at Instagram and I was reading all of the comments from fellow competitors and other friends who have supported you along the way, and you were just so loved within the community and from your friends. So clearly you're also an inspiration for those very close to you.
Yeah, it's been very overwhelming, but so touching, and I really hope to make the state of Indiana proud throughout this next year.
So best of luck in Miss USA
Thank
2022.
you.
We don't know the date of when that's going to happen yet, but fingers crossed that it's in a really cool location.
Yes.
We were brainstorming about where it could be. Maybe September-ish time frame.
Yep.
So we'll be watching for you then, and of course, giving you all of our support.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thanks for being here.